Hello everybody, welcome to this podcast episode of Mind Ascension. Today we are talking about 5 signs you are addicted to chaos. Now, you might be thinking, what do you mean? Why would anyone be addicted to chaos? Why would they? Why are people just not addicted to happiness? Well, the truth is that people are addicted to chaos and it's not actually their fault until they become aware. Because once you become aware, you can really shift everything and gain a new way of being. So chaos is just situations where it's always up and down, super emotional, super charged, never just smooth sailing. You never know what's around the corner, you never know what's coming up. And people can say that people are addicted to chaos if they're thrill seekers, if they are, just always wanting stimulation and excitement. And yeah, maybe that is you. This wasn't planned, so it's probably gonna be 6 signs now. But yeah, if you are a thrill seeker, you would be addicted to chaos. But that's not the healthiest way to express that. A lot of entrepreneurs and criminals actually share similar wiring. And no shade on entrepreneurs, I'm an entrepreneur. But it's literally the ability to take risks, and it's the ability to have faith in life and not be so overly fearful of consequences. And that is a trait that's really good. If you channel it into sports or channel it into entrepreneurship or something that gives you a real high and a thrill, then it's great. But if you are consistently seeking out chaotic situations, then you're not channeling it in the right way. Just like someone could be a world-class boxer, they have that natural need to really fight or really use their body and use their strength. But if it's not channeled correctly, you can just get into situations that's really not showing you in the best light and it's not helping your life. But if you channel that, you could be a world famous boxer, right? Same with entrepreneurship. Risk taking is a part of entrepreneurship. If you are itching to take risks, you're itching to see how your influence impacts the world and how reactive the world is back to you. That's a trait. But if we don't exercise and put that into a great channel, we again find ourselves in a situation which is not great. And this is something that you really need to take note of. If you're somebody who is like this, you need to just pay attention to, are you channeling this energy into the right direction? Have you got an outlet? A lot of children have amazing personalities, amazing traits. But if it doesn't fit into the school system, they are unfortunately punished for this. Risk-taking behavior, for example. But if they were put into maybe sports which exercise that, or just anything that cultivated and brought the best out of that trait, they would be flying, they would be different, they would really be able to channel this. And this is so sad. I have worked with children before. A lot of children that are labeled as having ADHD, they have tremendous amounts of energy. They have tremendous amounts of enthusiasm. They are superhuman in the sense that they can keep wanting to do things and expend their energy. And this is dulled down. Whereas if they were pushed in the right direction and their emotions would naturally regulate because they are now expending this energy. And I really believe that no human is a mistake. Every single human that has traits is for a reason, right? Those traits are perfect for the purpose that person is supposed to do. So we should never be dulling things down. We should never be putting people on pills and stuff to just change their personality. I don't believe in that. If you do, then whatever, but I don't, because every single person and the way they are is perfect for their purpose, their higher purpose, their divine purpose. It's just in society we don't have any structures to channel that into the right direction. So another reason why you could be addicted to chaos is that you just don't know your value, right? You just don't know like how to channel what I've just spoken about. So you now are attracted to other people who are chaotic, and you think that that's fine because you are now being the fixer in a situation. If you are a fixer, it could be on one flip side, you are like someone who's thrill seeking, but on the other side, you could be someone who fixes people. You could be someone who actually gains your value from fixing people. Again, if that's not channeled correctly, like if you're not a coach, if you're not a therapist, if you're not a doctor or a nurse or somebody who's teaching meditation, and you're not channeling that ability into something that is, like, I don't want to say the word positive, just channeling it into something that's giving to the world, and you get something back, right? An exchange, a healthy exchange. Then you will be attracting people in your experience that will need fixing. And I can really speak from experience on this one. Like, before I started doing all this transformative work, I was always attracting people that would tell me their problems, that would need my guidance, that I would need to fix them. And it was such an imbalance because I was getting depleted, and actually some of these people didn't even want to improve their lives. They just wanted to be around someone who would fix them. And this is wanting someone who's enabling them to be chaotic, right? So someone who's chaotic might want to be that way, and they just want somebody else that enables them, just gives them attention, gives them like support, protects them, whatever it is. And this is a reason why you could be addicted to chaos, because you're always attracting negative kind of experiences that don't support you. And how it goes, when I say addicted, remember guys, addictions are things that, unless we're aware of them, they just keep happening and we just don't know why. So I'm not saying you're purposely going out and addicting this, but on some level you might be aware of this, you know. Be real about it. If you are consistently, if it's like a revolving door, like one person, you fix one person and the next person comes in that needs fixing, and then the next person. This is why I now do what I do, because I'm a natural kind of fixer. I naturally love to help people. I naturally love to heal people of their inner trauma, right? And before I turned it into a career, because that is what it is, it should be, now I'm channeling it in the right way, getting what I deserve and giving out to the world. It was just such an imbalance, and I would naturally keep attracting. It was a revolving door in my life, and I was always depleted to not be able to do anything. So if this is you, I really want you to examine, because this is an addiction to chaos. You're addicted to chaotic people. The other thing is that you are just not a solution orientated person. Like, people who are addicted to chaos and they don't want to get out of it don't seek solutions for their problems, right? And they don't, again, if you're an enabler, you will attract people that don't want solutions. And you will consistently just be enabling. I don't know how else to say it. You will just be enabling that person, right? If you're the enabler. But if it's you don't want a solution. You actually don't want to hear. How many people in your life have a problem that they complain about for months, for years, for decades, and you've given them every single solution? You've given them every single solution that you know will help them get out of whatever it is that they're in. But they don't want a solution. They just want to complain, and they want you to enable them. Or if it's you, be real. Do you want a solution? Or do you want, is it a secondary gain of getting attention, getting support, getting like just care? Because there's no shame in that. Some people, we don't know how to ask for support or care or attention, or find a positive, I don't want to use the word positive, find a healthy way to get attention, right? Then you're gonna have to find a back door to get that. And that's being a person who's just not solution orientated. And if this is you or someone you know, you're addicted to chaos. You don't want a solution. You want to be in the chaos and you want to bring other people into the chaos. Be real. Be real with yourself. Another reason or sign that you are addicted to chaos is you actually feel strange when things are going well. You're actually so good at dealing with life when things are in the pits of the earth, like when things are just going really bad, or you actually cope by living off this charged energy. You actually ride off this charged wave. You know, you're addicted to that chaotic, it gives you something, it makes you feel alive, like you're just riding it. But the minute that stops, and actually being healthy and being like good, or being in like, if we're going to go into relationships, being in a healthy and positive relationship, it would be that somebody is calm, they are accepting, they're really caring. It's kind of opposite to that chaotic charged energy where you never know what's coming, you never know what's going, right? It's a very different energy, and you might not actually survive in that because you're just so used to the chaos that you know how to survive in chaotic situations. And you actually start feeling anxious if things are going good. You actually start feeling like, because you can't, at least with chaotic situations, you know that something's gonna pop off, like you know something's gonna go or something's gonna come, and you're okay with this, right? When things are going good, it's almost like you don't know when, you're not prepared for when it's gonna go, when it's gonna come, or what's gonna happen. You can't read the situation. In chaotic situations, you might not be able to read exactly what's going to happen, but you can read that something's going to happen. With situations that are just calm and good and whatever, healthy, like you just don't know, is something going to happen? Is something not going to happen? Like, what am I doing? Like, whoa, you feel actually really agitated. This is a sign that you're addicted to chaos, but it's not your fault. I just want to make you aware of this, right? Because it's a sign. If you can't be calm and survive and cope and be chilled, it's an addiction, guys. It's the same addiction that any other addiction is. And why is this? We're gonna come on to the 5/6th reason. Because chaos is familiar to you. And I always take it back to family because so many things happen in that time. And I'm not one of these people that shames parents. I'm just not, because I can understand that sometimes you didn't mean to do that. You just didn't mean to. It's not that your parents wanted to inflict pain on you. It's just that they were unaware themselves of what was happening. They were too wrapped up in life that they just didn't understand the impact of their actions. And the reason I keep bringing this up is because I want you to be aware. I want you to be aware of where it started, because it's all about going back to the root pattern, pulling out whatever it is and reprogramming. So this is part, I can't reprogram you completely because it's a YouTube video, right? But I can pull out, I can assist you in identifying what it is, and I assist you in pulling it out to some degree. Because if chaos is all you knew as a kid, if your parents were arguing all the time, if like you were moving all the time, if you were just, there was always like, maybe your parents were divorced and they didn't have a good relationship and you were going from one house to the other house, maybe there was abuse in your household, maybe you just didn't feel safe. Like, chaos shows up as different to every single person, but it is just a feeling of not feeling stable, not feeling calm. If that's what's familiar to you, and you haven't healed it. When we have things that are unhealed, we consistently keep repeating, I don't know what that was, we consistently keep repeating experiences that are the same experience until we heal it. It's an incompletion, right? So if that's what's familiar, you're gonna keep finding yourself in chaotic situations until you get to the bottom of it. And guess what? By watching this video, if this is you or if it's somebody you know, you have taken this first step. And for my people who are listening on audio, I'm so sorry I keep saying video, because I want to address my YouTube community, but I also want to address my podcasting community. So sorry about that, basically. But yeah, so check in with yourself about what's familiar to you and be aware of that, because that's what's causing you to keep seeking chaos. And with chaos, it's this messy environment that you can't it's like you can't pinpoint. It's like a high. Sometimes chaotic situations are a high. And this is why I'm using the word addiction. It's not just drugs or alcohol or other things that we are addicted to. There is addictions in our everyday life. We're actually addicted to patterns. We're addicted to ways of being. We're addicted to ways of thinking. We're addicted to certain situations. So this is why I chose to use the word addiction. It works the exact same way. So if you are one of these people, be brave enough, if you are courageous enough to just comment down below that you've been in a situation where you felt you were addicted to chaos, do so, okay? Because I think what I really want to communicate is the word that wants to come out. I want to say create, but obviously communicate came out. So I really want to create and communicate I want to create a community. That was the word, community. Because I was like, I want to say create, but, and I thought it was communication, but it's community. I want to create a community of people where we do not feel alone. Loneliness is an epidemic in Earth right now, where there's the most people that have probably ever lived. So, and I don't see enough communities where we're sharing our trauma. And when we share our trauma, we make the other person feel like they are not alone. And that's what I want to create. That's actually what I want to create. Because we're all in our own bubble and we're thinking that we're struggling, but actually we're so connected, and stuff that we struggle with is guaranteed more people than you can ever imagine are struggling with the exact same issue. So share and be there for each other. And that's what I want to create. I know it's new, but I got a vision for this channel. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to hear more of me, my audio community, and see more of me, my YouTube community that I'm gonna create, that we're all gonna create. This is gonna be our community. Then do so, and I will see you for the next video. And please share this video to anyone that you think can help. Because sometimes when you want to say something to that person might not receive it well. But if you just blame it on me and say, hey, look at this chick, like she thinks she knows what she's talking about and she's got this video about chaos, I don't know if you know it's gonna resonate, but I'm sending it to you. See what you think, and guess what, they might resonate with it. And if they're ready to be in a place of shifting, they will resonate with it, and it's awareness and it's awakening. So lots and lots of love. If you've stayed to the end of this video, I love you. Have a beautiful day.